So in this video, let's do the Paired-TVI configuration on branch internet CP3 router, and we are going to make a Paired-TVI on this router. And after we do the Paired-TVI, we should be able to break out to the internet locally, meaning we should have a default route in our LAN VR, and that default route should be advertised by the transport VR. So let's log into our branch internet CP3 router and first verify the interfaces configuration. So here we don't see any TVI interfaces configured on the router yet. So we go to the VD, and in this example we are going to do this with the help of workflow template. So we go to the workflow tab and then the templates, and we select our device workflow template for this device. Here in the third tab, in the tunnel, we have to go to the third tab, tunnels. Here we have to select between which two VRs we are making the Paired-TVI. So here we are making the Paired-TVI between customer A LAN VR and the internet VR. After that, we click on DIA. Once we click on DIA, a default route that is in the transport VR will be advertised to the customer A LAN VR. Here, if we click the gateway option, then this default route will be advertised to all the routers in this SD-WAN fabric. So be careful while clicking on the gateway option, and click this option only if you want to advertise this default route to all your sites in the SD-WAN network. Once we do that, let me verify something. Okay, so we click on recreate. Okay, we have to click on plus to add it, and then we click on recreate. Once we click on recreate, this workflow template will prepare the entire configuration for this Paired-TVI configuration by itself, and we don't have to do anything manually. So let's say it's showing here that it's creating the tunnel interface TVI 0/602 and TVI 0/603. What else it's creating? It's assigning IP address to this tunnel. Then it's adding these tunnels into the limits, which is the traffic identification tab. Then it's configuring a CGNAT pool, and then it's calling that pool in the CGNAT rule. Then it's creating zone, and it's creating the routing. So you see, all this configuration that is created by the workflow template is automatic, and it's automatically generated. So we don't have to do anything manually. The only thing we have to do here is to deploy this template to the device, and we have to commit this template to the device. So once this is done, we go to commit template, then we select our organization, our template, and then the router. We'll first see the difference of what configuration is being pushed, the differences. Here we can see that whatever config we saw in the workflow deployment phase, it's showing here. So before commit, there was no tunnel 602 and 603 that we saw in the device CLI also, and all of these configuration limits, NAT, BGP, routing, and traffic identification is being pushed to the device. Let's wait for this template to be pushed. Okay, the template has been pushed. Let's go to the device and check. So here the configuration has been pushed and we logged again to the device, and if we run the same command, show interface brief tab, we can see that TVI 602 and 603 are now created in the device. And let's see if we have any BGP neighborship between these paired TVI, and yes, we have a BGP neighborship between these two paired TVIs. One of the interface is in Internet Transport VR and the other is in LAN VR. Now let's check the routing. So I do show routing instance customer LAN VR and 00 for default route. Here I can see that I am learning this default route from 169.254.0.2, which is the IP of my TVI tunnel TVI 602. So this is the way to create a paired TVI on a router using workflow template. Let's see what we need to do if we have to delete an existing TVI tunnel. So let's delete this paired TVI in the next video.